Welcome back. We're coming to you live from the Colombo University grounds for the fourth and final quarter-final in this Inter-University Rugby Championships 2026. It's the University of Colombo taking on the University of Uva Wellassa. And we'll be having a cracker of a final quarter-final here. We've had 4 games so far. 3 games rather, this is the 4th one. And here's the team card for the University of Colombo.
Abdullah Siddiq, Ketaka Kalaboila and Dilum Veragoda round out the forward pack. Abjita Kanduada and Yasir Seneviratna are the second rows. Ishan Dilochana, Radina Panagoda and Hastika Vijayatunga will round up the forward pack. And at the backs, Omita Uyangoda and Murushidosan round up the 9 and 10 combination, while Medum Gayashan, Pashana Vijay Singha will be the center combination, and the back three would be Banuna Algawat, Dulan Metveru, and Praveen Kodituwakku to round up the starting 15. For the finishers, we have Leonagoda, Seneviratna, Dias, Kavind, Nemal, Punchi Bandara, Pereira, and Tennakon to round up the University of Colombo starting side.
And here's the Uva Wellassa University team. Forwards consisting of Rasim Ahmed, Dimutu Amaratunga, Sudaraka Dimel, Thium Induma, Tanuka Senaratna, Janit Kumar, Hashan Puri Golla, and Nawod Labutale. We'll be having at number 9 Isura Chandrasiri and Chetan Samarasinghe in number 10. Shehan Shashindra and Sandun Akalanka will be that center pairing, while Shihara Haputantri and Nimesh Situm will be on the wing. Banukaranatunga playing as the number 15. And as the replacements, we'll be having Kasturi Ratna, Vanasingha, De Silva, Jayatilaka Thidas, Pereira, Alhakon, and Veera Surya. Both these teams know that it's a must-win game for them. Whoever wins this match will be facing off against the University of Peradeniya in that semi-final coming up next week. The first semi-final already confirmed. It will be the University of Kalaniya taking on the University of Jayawardhanapura. Japura, of course, putting on quite a convincing performance, Abdul Hadi, in that previous game, winning against the University of Sabaragamua. It has been the University of Colombo who have had the better of the group stage matches here. Feel like the Uva Wellassa University will be coming into this as the underdogs. But we know in this game of rugby, it's the team who performs well on the day, who performs to their best on the day, who can come off as the victors. Both these teams will be forgetting all about what has happened so far, and we'll have to focus on this one all-important quarter-final coming up.
Very well said, Bilal. All these teams, like you said, will have to forget their past and play today like they have to win. Uva Wellassa will have a lot more bigger task than Colombo. Colombo have been practicing here. It's their home ground. They have that advantage, but Uva Wellassa will need to make a difference here. They'll have to make a change. They'll have to play beautiful rugby today in order to get that victory.
Will be Banukaranatunga, who will be captaining the Uva Wellassa University team. He'll be looking to lead his men into the semi-finals here. And the University of Colombo, Dilum Veragoda and his men will be looking to reach another final once again. They've won 2 consecutive Inter-University Championships, and they'll be looking for a treble. They'll be eyeing the 3rd.
Well, some formalities going on here. Chief guest and the guest of honors. meeting the players and the referees.
Referee is also doing a brilliant job in this quarter-final segment. They've had to make sure player safety was at the top. Few scuffles that they had to break off in yesterday's games as well, and they've handled it quite professionally.
Well, Bilal, this Colombo University side has been quite brilliant throughout their preliminary matches. They've been doing quite very well, and today Uva Wellassa will also be a very tough task for them. They cannot play easy, cannot rest. Uva Wellassa will have to push Colombo to their limits as well.
Yeah, they'll definitely be hoping to create an upset here, and the coach for the University of Colombo team, Coach Henry Terence, is someone you've played under as well, Abdul Hadi. If I could put you under the spot here, what exactly would you say about the philosophy he has for the team he's coaching?
Well, Coach Henry sir, he's been talismanic. Even though he's been playing as a forward throughout his entire career, he thinks like a fly half. So I think that is what helps Colombo push and drive forward as well.
Yeah, they'll be hoping that they can come off of this match victorious, the home team today. And Coach Manoj Bandara for the Uva Wellassa University will be hoping his boys can make something out of this game here. In the blue and white jersey, on the left side of your screen, it's the Uva Wellassa University team, while on the right, in their purple jerseys, is the University of Colombo, and it will be Bashita who will be starting proceedings off here in the number 13 jersey. And off we go with a deep kickoff. And immediately the ball will bounce out of play there. And Colombo looking to pounce on the throats of this Uva Wellassa University early on.
Red mark is here. Blue mark is here.
Keita Kalubowila to throw into that line out. This forward pack of Colombo. It's quite dangerous. Well, Uva Wellassa did well to counter the line out, but not 10 is the call. And here's the scrum half, Omit. Feeds this forwards.
And early on, opportunity for Colombo.
Come back to advantage. Oh, not here. On good.
Well, Murshid Hossain will look to give the skipper Dilum.
Asking the ball out wide here. They've created plenty of space. Here's the number 13, Bashita, going into contact on his own. Colombo once again inching forward, threatening that defense, and the big number 2, Ketaka Kalubowila, with a massive run. And Colombo now, the line at their mercy. It will be Colombo scoring under 2 minutes in this opening encounter. And if they do play with this similar dominance, Abdul Hadi, it feels like it will be a very long day for this Uva Wellassa University.
Very well said, Bilal. Colombo University, as soon as they entered, they showed that they are here to run riot. Radina Panagoda scoring that try with immense strength, takes down a player and scores a try. Bashana will look to add the extras and make it a 7-point game within the 3 minutes. Bashana lining up that conversion. Have to think about the win factor as well. Bashana takes his time. One last look at the post. Is Bashana just hits the uprights, left upright, and the score remains 5 points to nil in favor of University of Colombo. Well, Bilal, only if we can have a replay of that try Radhina Panagoda scored.
Bashana Vijay Singh, former Trinity first 15 player. He has been the kicker for the University of Colombo since last year, and he has done extremely well in his job as well. And here's Uva Wellassa University now, kicking it deep and looking to pile the pressure on Colombo. Fighting forward through the tackles is the University of Colombo. And they'll be looking for the clearance. Ball floated up. Collected quite well there by the captain. And he'll put it out of play. So we've had an intense few minutes here in the start of this game.
Well, not the best of kicks there by Banuka. He called for his playback, but couldn't get that proper connection with the boot. And now University of Colombo will have a line out in their favour. Ketaka Colombo will throw it in.
Radhina with a clean collection.
Deep kick there by Murshid Hossain, looking for that 50-22. And Uva Wellassa will clear off their lines. Line out once again in favour of University of Colombo. I think Banuka did quite well to clear off lines under immense pressure there.
Yeah, gaining some good yardage as well. Radhina, the try scorer for Colombo. He was injured in that previous final last year, and he'll be looking to make an impact this time, playing alongside the boss. And a good move here, looking for that offload. Collected well by the University of Colombo once again. But a penalty given away, and this time they'll look to resort to the boot of Bashana to put it out of touch and bring their big forwards into the play.
Well, a brilliant touch finder by Bashana. 15 meters away from the try line. Well, if you take a look at the University of Colombo's coaching lineup, you can see Coach Henry Terrence, who is also a national forwards coach, and then the physio Taranga Galviravalla is also the national physio as well. So this Colombo team will play with a lot of experience as well.
No advantage. By blue.
First knock on by blue is the call from the referee, and they'll have a scrum in the red zone early on. Their previous visit to the red zone came off with a try. This time they'll be looking to convert this one as well, the University of Colombo.
Well, the backs would be looking to run this one.
Ball still in play, and they're pushing that scrum forward. They've gotten that advantage as well, the backs, and here's the number 8 looking for that line. Radhina Panagoda once again hoping to create a double. will be pushed back by the Uva University. But how much longer can they keep this on? And that will be another try for the University of Colombo. They've scored twice within the first 10 minutes of the game. And it will be the number 5, if we are not mistaken, Yasiru Seneviratne, who will be credited with that one.
Well, this University of Colombo forwards are very dangerous. They're very strong. They're very big as well. Uva Wellassa have no answers for their hits. Well, Bashana, quite a difficult angle from the previous one. Would want to add the extra. Would want to add the extras.
Pin drop silence around the ground as he lines up his kick. Here's Bashana. And this time he gets it through. He'll add the 2 extras. And they go 12-0 up in this quarter-final.
Just 9 minutes played and it's 12-0. University of Colombo showing that they're here to play. Showing that why this is their home ground. Here's a try. Beautiful pick and go by Yasiru. Utmost strength to carry about 2 to 3 players on him.
And the backs, the forwards rather, looking to dominate this game early on. Another deep kick in. Good collection once again.
Brilliant tackle there. Well, the rock seems outside 22. Cannot exit on the full. That's a brilliant kick. Brilliant kick there. One bounce and out. Bashana. Excellent kick. Play in half. In Uva Wellassa's half. What a kick there by Bashana.
And also in contrast to the previous 3 games played, I believe this is the game with the least amount of mistakes so far. Even in the opening 10 minutes, both teams in the previous few games had already committed a number of mistakes, had already given away a number of penalties. But this time, both these teams should actually be credited for playing some good, clean rugby. Massive, massive hit this time. Retaliating is the University of Uva Wellassa. This time giving it away to their backs. Good rush defense from the University of Colombo. Good intercept as well. But ultimately they lose the ball forward.
Well, Uva Wellassa, they were having the ball with them for a minute. They had to keep the ball without giving out unnecessary offloads. And unfortunately, due to the color issues, it's very hard for us to see the Uva Wellassa players' numbers. But that hit there by the big man, number 8. Navot Labutale, in fact, put 2 Colombo players down. He got that. He gained yards and then, however, Uva Wellassa came back to lose position. Nonetheless, another scrum in favor of Uva Wellassa. Isuru to feed in the scrum.
Here's the big number 8 once again, Labutale. Looking for the clearance. Puts it into open space there. A number of purple jerseys around that ball. Good territorial gain this one for the Uva Wellassa University. But they'll give a penalty away.
Well, Colombo University forcing those penalties out of Uva Wellassa, using their body, using their power, and forcing those penalties out.
Find that goal. Tackle not rolling away.
Tackler not rolling away is the call by the referee.
This time Bashana is not able to put that ball out of touch. Uncharacteristic mistake from him.
Well, that was a brilliant catch as well. Caught it in the air. It's not the easiest things to do. And puts in a good touch as well to the 40-meter mark with a less to 5-meter angle.
You can lead us, you can lead us.
Colombo with the line out. Did well. Now here's Murshid. Gives it to Bashana. Gives it to their big man, Abhijit. Yasiru once again moving forward. Gains some yards. Here's Radina, the try scorer. A powerful lad with the ball. Line offside is the call. Uva Wellassa keep making these mistakes. University of Colombo, their game's quite too fast for them.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of composure on that ball as well. But as I do say that Bashana has just put a little too much on that kick, perhaps looking to overcompensate for his previous one. And will be given a lifeline now. Uva Wellassa. They'll have a scrum just outside the 22. Or rather, kick-off.
Well, Murshid Hossain looking for that 50-22. Puts it into good space. Chase is coming in. And that's a brilliant kick there by Murshid Hossain. 50-22. Near the 5-meter mark. You have to ask, what were the Uva Wellassa players doing? They were watching the ball roll into touch.
Well, it doesn't get better than that. Doing brilliantly with that kick. And Colombo, with their third visit into the red zone, will be looking to convert this one as well. And this time, they're going forward. Not a lot of defense shown, but the ball just squirts out.
Well, there seemed to be a knock-on. Should have been a penalty to Uva Wellassa instead. Nonetheless, Uva Wellassa will look to clear their lines. And here's University of Colombo shoving hard. Quickly taken. But wrong mark. Chetan. Uva Wellassa will be looking to clear off things off their 22. Just off that 22. These players have some good boot on them, but they don't know how to angle that boot there. Has been the issue with all these four teams. They have not been using that boot into good effect.
Definitely some interesting insight, Abdulhadi. And this time, Colombo will be almost gifted the ball there. Bashana straightening things out.
advantage. Come back to advantage here.
Well, the referee will come back to that scrum.
First point by Blue.
Well, the Colombo backs now will be looking to run this one. Little bit of scrappy play here by both these sides.
Yeah, a few mistakes just creeping in into the game of both these teams.
Bang! Good.
Here's the feed in from Colombo.
Brilliant shove there by Colombo. Still moving forward. Advantage coming in.
Looking to take it quickly. Here's the number 9. And here's Radhina. Blinding run from him. And they move within a few meters of the line and they will convert that into a try. That's the third one for the University of Colombo. They're having a field day here, University of Colombo, and Uva Wellassa just unable to find any answers here, Abdul Hadi.
Well, Colombo, they're way too quick with their ball movement. They're very brilliant and very quick off their feet. Every ruck is moving quick. And Uva Wellassa have no answers to that. Is Bashana to line up probably the easiest kick of the day up to now for him. It could be 19 points in 90 minutes. Or will it remain 17?
And it does remain 17. Bashana missing out on the easy ones and getting that difficult one in. And it looks like play will resume once again. Colombo definitely on the front foot here. They're looking to finish this game off quite early, giving Uva Wellassa no space whatsoever to get their foot back in. I feel like for Uva Wellassa, it's do or die now. They'll have to strike back. Have to get some points on the board before going into lemons. Good chase there.
He's a try scorer. Still moving forward. Ishan. Here's Yashiru again. The second try scorer. Have these hard runners. Now Bashana. Look to clear off things. Straight into the hands of the skipper. Banuka puts it high. And a brilliant tackle as well. Excellent tackle there by Banuka. Kick and chase. Good pressure. Still going. Here's Radhina. Colombo are playing very, very quickly here.
Here's Abdullah Siddiq going into touch. Going into contact rather. Skipping past a few. Gaining more meters is the number 10 and he will win themselves a penalty.
And a card coming out to Thiyum Senaratna. Not rolling away. Not rolling away is the call. Well, problems only getting worse for Uva Wellassa. Murchidosan taking kicking duties into his own hand.
Captain. Repeated turnout rolling away. Manage manage.
Repeated offences by Uva Wellassa.
That'll be a huge blow for them. They've been struggling to say the least with 15 men and now down to 14. Colombo will be looking to drive this advantage home. Here's Colombo. Radina quick on his feet. He'll go forward. And they'll be looking to get this ball wide. And it will be the number 14, Dulan Methiru.
Well, that was the team try there. They've been working. Murshido-san could have scored himself, but he gave it to Dulan. Brilliant teamwork, brilliant team try as well. Now Bashana with a hard angle to convert.
Colombo getting their basics right.
Bashana, one last look at the post. Gets the connection right. And that's good. 24 points to nil. University of Colombo, 24 points in 24 minutes. Bashana, like you said, Bilal, he's been missing the easy ones and putting on the hard ones.
Yeah, and he's done well to come back to convert that fourth try. Here's the replay. Colombo doing everything right there. Just making sure they stick to the basics. They saw the Sabaragamo defenders being bunched up on the other side. They got that line wide. Finished off perfectly. Apologies, the Uva Wellassa University.
Well, kick in touch. Line out in favor of Colombo in their own half. And now Uva Wellassa will have to take maximum advantage out of this. They'll have to put pressure on Colombo. Brilliant line out there. And the forwards are walking. Still moving are the forwards of the Colombo University. Caretaker at the back. Still moving are the forwards. Once is the call. And Omit rather. Well, referee comes back for a penalty. Man in front.
Number 23, man in front.
Well, Uva Wellassa will be quite happy with this one. They need to put this into touch and they need to get some good touch deep into the 22 as well. Barnuka taking matters into his own hands. Finds brilliant touch. Excellent touch by Uva Wellassa. And for the first time in the game, they are here close to the whitewash. And they need to return back with points.
14 men down. If Uva Wellassa can score here, that'll do a world of good for their confidence as well going into that second half. 6-man line out. Will be interesting to see if they go for a maul here. And a bit of a miscommunication there for Uva Wellassa. But fortunately for them, Colombo seemed to have knocked that ball forward. And they'll be having a scrum in their favour. Perhaps the scoreboard pressure just getting to these young Uva Wellassa lads. 24 points scored by the University of Colombo early on in this first half itself.
He's a big man. Now and now Uva Wellassa attacking. Brilliant gang tackle. Excellent gang tackle on Rasim Ahmed. Advantage. Sudaraka. Try to go offside drop goal. And that's true. Brilliant drop goal. Very unexpected by Chetan. 3 points up in the board for Uva Wellassa. Very unfortunate for them. They could have gone for the try with the advantage despite the score. But nonetheless, they have some points on the board for their sakes.
Yeah, perhaps Uva who were thinking to themselves that they just need to get some points before going into lemons here. And being 14 men down as well. Quite unexpected one there as well. That's the first drop goal we've had in this quarterfinals so far. Not the best of kicks there, not the best sequence of play either. Felt like Uva could have just carried forward just a little bit there because there were a lot of spaces in that Colombo defensive line.
Well, Colombo's lineouts have been quite brilliant.
Down, down, down! Down, down! Early lifting!
Well, early lifting is the call. Free kick. Referee kept saying down.
Someone got free kick at you.
Murshid feeding his forwards. Here's Radina. Strong lad. Here's Yasiru breaking through. Can he finish off with a try? Yes, he does. Yasiru with a brilliant try there. Breaks off one, breaks the line, fends off the fullback, and scores a brilliant try.
What a run that was by Yasiru Seneviratne. Just attacking those spaces and getting that fend off. Brilliantly done. Complete dominance here from this Colombo team. Scoring 5 tries in this first half. And another one for Bashana to slot between the posts.
Well, and that's half time. Might have missed the conversion from Bashana. However, University of Colombo are safe with 29 points on board and Uva Wellassa with only 3 points. What a half of rugby Colombo University have been enjoying. They've been playing quite brilliantly with less mistakes, very few mistakes, and whenever they had the ball with them, they were ruthless, they were quick, and they are fearless.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better, Abdul Hadi. Colombo have played with complete dominance here. And 29-3 is what the scorecard will read at halftime. 5 goals scored by Colombo. That drop goal just getting those points for Uva Wellassa. And before coming to you with live action from the second half, we'll be going into a short commercial break. But do stay tuned for live action from this Colombo Uni grounds.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination.
තරංග හයක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් දෙකක් එක් උණුසුම් තරංගාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරංග 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරංග 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports.
තරංග හයක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් දෙකක් එක් උණුසුම් තරංගාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරංග 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරංග 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action. Feel the excitement. 6 matches, endless passion, and 2 proud nations. Sri Lanka women take on Pakistan women in a thrilling white ball showdown. 3 ODIs, 3 T20 internationals. Pakistan Women's Tour of Sri Lanka 2026. Witness the battle from 23rd July to 4th August. Live on the Papare 2. The Papare 2 HD. Dialogue Play. Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Experience every heartbeat and every goal like never before. From cricket to football, rugby to athletics, we capture the spirit of every sport that ignites our passion. Relive legendary moments, exclusive interviews and expert commentary, all in one place. Join us for live coverage of thrilling matches and events, bringing you closer to the action. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action. Feel the excitement.
තරංග හයක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් දෙකක් එක් උණුසුම් තරංගාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරංග 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරංග 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination.
තරංග හයක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් දෙකක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports.
තරඟ 6ක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් 2ක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action. Feel the excitement. 6 matches, endless passion, and 2 proud nations. Sri Lanka women take on Pakistan women in a thrilling white ball showdown. 3 ODIs, 3 T20 internationals. Pakistan Women's Tour of Sri Lanka 2026. Witness the battle from 23rd July to 4th August. Live on the Papare 2. The Papare 2 HD. Dialogue Play. Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Experience every heartbeat and every goal like never before. From cricket to football, rugby to athletics, we capture the spirit of every sport that ignites our passion. Relive legendary moments, exclusive interviews and expert commentary, all in one place. Join us for live coverage of thrilling matches and events, bringing you closer to the action. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action. Feel the excitement.
තරඟ 6ක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් 2ක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination.
තරඟ 6ක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් 2ක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog.
Welcome back to the Inter-University Rugby Championship 2026, where Colombo University takes on Uva Wellassa University. Well, we'll take a look at the first half highlights here. University of Colombo going early through Radina, who powered his way through. And then Yasiru scoring the second try early in the game. And Bashana adding the extras from the corner. And then here, Ishan once again found the pick and go, scoring a brilliant try. And then finally, this team try. Dulan and Bashana converting. Not the easiest of kicks. And then this beauty of a drop goal. The only 3 points for Uva Wellassa and Yasiru for his second try of the day. With that, the second half begins. Uva Wellassa kicks it deep into the Colombo half. Bashana puts it deep. The hands of Chetan. Chetan puts it up and under. Well collected there by Radina. Well, the referee seems to have spotted something. Well, the referee will have a chat with his assistant to listen to what he has to say.
Captain and number 6. Captain and number 6, please. Turn around. Without the ball, you can't touch it. No. I asked this without the ball touch it. Okay? Don't do next time, okay? Get back, please.
Tackling without the ball is the penalty. Is the call by the referee. Uva Wellassa will look to put this one into touch.
Here's Uva early on with an opportunity in the second half.
10 meters.
Uva with the attacking opportunity, with a scoring opportunity. This time gets their line out right. And now we'll be working the line to the big man. Now a beautiful cut-out pass to Nimesh. Nimesh still going. Nimesh gives the inside pass to skipper, but unfortunately loses the ball. Brilliant passage of play. Penalty for Uva Wellassa and a yellow card for Murshid Hossain. Well,
Number 10.
deliberate knock on. And now the big man, Sudaraka. Uva Wellassa playing hard in the second half. Still going, the number 8. Now what in that instance? Advantage in favor of Uva Wellassa. Number 2 offside. Uva Wellassa playing with some fire. Nimesh.
No advantage. Come back to advantage.
Back to the penalty.
Number 3 offside.
Well, Uva Wellassa almost near try line. Well held up by Colombo. Leave it is the call.
Held up. Come back to
Held up.
advantage.
Back to advantage, says the referee.
Well, Uva
Uva so close.
10 meters.
Been here for the past 2 to 3 minutes. Just as the second half began. They have to return with points.
they get over the try line but aren't able to ground it. But having played under advantage, they'll go again. Here's Uva coming in strong, but this time Colombo doing extremely well to negate this Uva attack. Good bit of work to win that penalty for themselves, and Barcelona will want to put this as far as possible.
Well, Uva Wellassa, very unlucky there. It was so close, yet so far. Well, University of Colombo just outside the 22.
Nevertheless, the Uva fans will be quite happy with the fight this Uva team has shown in the second half. Here's Colombo. Colombo with the maul. But not binding properly. Just a little too enthusiastic on that. And once again, Uva with an opportunity to get ever so close towards that elusive first try of the game for them. Is that one a little too overcooked? Yes, it is. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for Uva Wellassa here. Unforced errors being the bane of them. This time once again, a lucky shave for Colombo.
Well, that's what happens when you make unforced errors. You miss out on opportunities that you can score. Nice step there. Uva Wellassa once again with position with the ball. Position of the ball. Here's a big man. Knocked on unfortunately by Uva Wellassa. And now Colombo with attacking opportunity.
No advantage. Come back to advantage. First net thrown by blue.
It hasn't been the most promising of second half starts for Colombo here. After that dominant first half performance, the fans would have hoped that they would have continued the same way. However, Uva, on the other hand, doing extremely well to start the second half quite strongly. They've pushed Colombo to the brink a couple times here in this second half so far. 7 minutes in, neither team having scored yet. Most of the rugby has been played in this Colombo half as well. So positive signs for Uva. However, mountain to climb for them. Here's Colombo now. Will be looking to play their brand of free flowing rugby.
Well, brilliant defense coming in by Uva. Excellent tackle there. Uva will have to clear their lines. They'll have to put this one deep and high. Rightly does so. Into the hands of Bashana, who runs across. Still going Bashana. Gives it to Radina. And now Colombo suddenly, with all the momentum of the game, shift into them.
That was a cynical mistake. There was one. The player believing that the ball was out of the ruck. Just looking to swoop that in and rush towards the try line. Not the case. Here's Bashana looking to go into touch once again. Inside the 22 now. Colombo with the opportunity to open the scoring in the second half. They already have a dominant lead, but they'll want to flex all their muscles here. They'll want to put on a show for their fans playing in this home team, home ground. The next few games will be at outside grounds, so they'll want to show their dominance at home as well. Here's Colombo setting that maul up this time, making sure. Once again, unfortunately, not binding is the call. Second consecutive time now that they've made the same mistake.
Uva Wellassa doing well to do the curtain move. Well, that's a penalty. You can't collect the players knock on in front. Uva Wellassa with chances. They've been playing quite brilliantly this second half. They have to get their chances right. And here's a kick by Chetan. And excellent kick there. Excellent kick by Chetan. Puts play into the 22-meter mark.
Center mark is here. Blue mark is here. White mark is here.
Uva Wellassa with a chance to get this line out right and do everything right. They have to get this score here, Uva Wellassa.
They've been doing most things right in this second half. They've just not managed to get that final flourish. That's what they'll be looking for this time. 2 dummy jumps.
Well, that's a brilliant throw. And here's the big man, number 8. Still going, brought down. Uva Wellassa will have to be patient here. No hands, says the referee. Cross kick coming in. Late bounce by Colombo. Very unlucky. Should have kept the ball in hand. Uva Wellassa trying to be a bit cheeky, but this isn't the time that you have to be cheeky. You have to keep the ball with you, and you have to get over the whitewash to get some points on the board.
They had some numbers out wide as well. Maybe perhaps just could have shown a bit more patience there. Working the line, keeping that ball in hand. Nevertheless, here's Colombo now. Colombo Mall this time. Doing it right. Once is the call. And they'll play it out. Looking to run it down once again is Colombo. And Uva will be quite satisfied with that. They won themselves a penalty. They keep knocking on the door in this second half. And it feels like something has to give here. Going for the quick tap. Here's Colombo with the defense rushing in.
Uva making the right call by avoiding the touch. They're being quite brilliant with the general play. They have to gain meters forward rather than laterally.
Labutele this time isn't able to gain a lot of meters, but secures the ball well. Uva. Will we see the first Uva try this time? Those defenders flying towards. Once again putting ball to boot there. No one chasing after it and just giving that away.
Well, that's a late charge. Colombo making those errors. They've started resting in the second half here, Colombo. And Uva Wellassa profiting from all of that.
Captain.
Well,
Number 5.
referee seems to be
Number 5.
seeing something and wants to have a chat.
Number 5.
Offside. Late charge rather by number 5. Still going. And knock on.
No advantage.
Uva Wellassa. Very, very unlucky Uva Wellassa. It's a tale of them coming to the 5-meter mark, losing the ball and going back again. Very unlucky there. And Colombo, you have to ask, what have they been doing in the second half? Have they taken Uva quite a bit too easy? Or are Uva playing a major upset here?
Time being the enemy of Uva right now. And Colombo's friend. Colombo, they've played so well in that first half, but Uva coming back that much stronger. in the second. Completely changing the complexion of the game. All eyes will be on the clearance here. And it seems that Uva has managed to get another penalty for themselves once again. They keep knocking at the door. And they'll go again and again, testing this Colombo defense. Colombo hold on, but how much longer can they do this is the question. Juggling with the ball there, the number 3. And brilliantly done by Radhina. Radhina making his way forward. He'll want some pace here. He's being hounded down by a number of defenders. But brilliantly done there. Great awareness. And here's Colombo on the front foot now. Have to get it out wide here. Acres of space out wide for Colombo. And here's Colombo now. Basha with the pass in. And now all they have to do is put the afterburners on. But brilliant defense from Uva to drag that man out of touch.
Well, Uva doing quite brilliant there with the defense. Totally different outfit here. Uva Wellassa playing very, very good. They've been having composure, but the only thing they've been lacking is that finish, Bilal.
Colombo number 5. Colombo number 5. Colombo number 5.
Well, Uva Wellassa. We'll have to get everything right here and play off their half, and they'll have to put things deep into Colombo's half. They've done well with the line out. Take the risk and go with the front peel. Touched. Straight to the hands of Dulan. And here's Bashana again. Cuts back in. Gives it to his Wintri, who's unfortunately knocked it on. Banula Algavata in that instance. Ball slips out of his hands. Ball is quite sweaty with all these players involving with the ball.
Well, the intensity of the game definitely has multiplied in the second half. Showing Colombo what they are made of. But it just feels like it's too little too late from over here. A bit too much of a deficit to come back from in that first half. And clarification from our end, we've just been communicated that last try that Colombo scored was a penalty try. So they'll have 31 points to their name.
Well, this Uva side in the second half has been quite brilliant, and only if they had played the same exact game in the first half, the scoreline would have been very, very different.
We'd have been witness to a closer game as well had they come to the party in that first half. But credit to Colombo also for not letting Uva settle down. From the word go, inside 2 minutes, they just scored that first try, unsettling Uva and hitting back once again under 10 minutes. That'll put a lot of pressure for any team.
Well, Bilal, Colombo's defense also have been quite brilliant. Every time we were in their 5 meters, Colombo somehow managed to squeeze out a penalty or steal the ball away. So we have to credit Colombo's defense for also defending in the tightest of places and the tightest of margins. And now we'll look to put this one deep. Try or maybe opt to 50-22 with that wind factor. Well, in fact, they play against the wind here. Free kick.
Here's Labutale going into contact once again. Looking to run it down. Get some space and go for the clearance kick. It'll fall into the safe hands of the Colombo back, who will put it into some empty space here. Good chase there from the number 23. Forces an error out of Uva Wellassa as well, and they've got the ball in the red zone, and all they have to do is get it over, get it wide. Crucial mistake coming in. The ball knocked forward there by Radina, who has had an excellent game so far. But just this once, knocking that ball forward.
Well, we're doing really, really well here. Forcing those knock-ons, those penalties. Colombo, what are you doing in the second half?
Yeah, they've done extremely well to attack in the second half, and also been quite good on the defense as well. Both these teams yet to break the deadlock in this second half. It's almost like we are watching an entirely different game. This latter half of the game being quite intense, quite interesting, and quite entertaining as well for all of the fans who have come out here to watch the final quarter-final. As of right now, it does look like it will be UOC who will take on the University of Peradeniya in the semi-finals. And the referee has deemed that the first knock forward comes from Uva Wellassa. So Colombo will have a scrum now.
The Colombo backline will be licking their fingers to get it for the backs to score once today. The backs would love to do a strike and score a brilliant try. But let's see how the Uva Wellassa defense are up to the task.
It's not often that you see the bulk of the tries being finished off by the forwards. That's exactly what Colombo University has done here today against Uva Wellassa. They've just dominated with that forward pack. Little hold up in play.
Seems to be an issue with the crowd here. Crowds are moving away. Referee's coming back. Colombo with an opportunity 5 meters away from the try line. Chance to get the first goal of the second half. Brilliant step there. Excellent step, still going. Brilliant try there by Midum. What a try. What a step. And what a beautiful try. Last year he was playing at the wing. This year he's moved to centre. Midum. What a try here.
Almost went in there untouched. Skipping past multiple defenders. And Uva Wellassa will find themselves once again conceding another try. The first try of the second half, and it came after a lot of toil from both sides. And ultimately, University of Colombo coming out on top. And here's Bashana now.
Well, if this was the first half, the score would have been 5-0 at this point. For anyone who's not watched the match and only the score, would definitely think that Colombo ran riot in this game.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't do justice for the way Uva Wellassa has played in the second half. They've done so well, but just not managing to finish their chances off. And compared to the previous games as well, both these teams have not made a lot of mistakes either. Their discipline has been quite exceptional in comparison to the previous few quarterfinals. And you just feel if Uva Wellassa had actually been drawn with another university, if they could have made it to the semis. However, that's not how the draw will play out. They'll have to be the best in this tournament to win the championship. University of Colombo right now with a massive edge. Fancy offload there to the number 10, who will boot it down. Steps one. Puts a little dink over the top. Will be collected cleanly by Colombo.
Well, brilliant set there by Isuru. Very unlucky there, Uva Wellassa. Almost scored the try. Almost scored their first try. Just a bit hurried there. Well, only if we can have a replay of that.
Get back.
Goal line dropout for Colombo. Now here's Uva Wellassa. Puts in a dink again. Very unnecessary dink there. Goal line dropout once again. Uva Wellassa put in too many kicks out, even when not necessary.
Yeah, we saw that before as well with that crossfield kick, which they reaped no rewards from.
Number 90 left. Right, number 90
A few dinks over the top as well, which has just gifted possession for Colombo. Colombo will be quite glad
Number 2. Blue number 2.
that they've been able to recover possession so fast.
Time back on, says the referee. And Bashana will look to put this one deep. He does very well to put it 40 meters away.
Here's Uva once again. One final gasp, looking for that first try of the game. But not to be the case. Colombo, having turned that ball over, will be playing. Take it quickly, but the ball just being knocked on.
Well, Colombo making cynical errors here. They had the position in their hands. And they play rugby like they have not played before.
Perhaps the fatigue getting to the players as well. And with the finish line inside, perhaps the concentration also just a bit wavered. And we'll be having a few substitutions. Just getting some fresh legs on and allowing the fresher players to get some minutes under their belt as well.
$36 points to 3. Colombo University easily in the lead. They've already won it, I'd say, with less than 5 minutes to go. Free kick in favor of Colombo.
Bashana's services once again employed, and he puts that in intentionally, looking for open play here, an advantage. Here's Abdullah Siddiq looking for that offload after beating one. Abdullah Siddiq, former Wesley first 15 player, will be bringing in a wealth of experience into that forward pack as well. Forward pack that has dominated the game so far.
Well, it was well picked up by Abdullah. Made a dashing run, but unfortunately that offload not reaching Ishan, and Uva Wellassa doing well to force that error. But however, referee comes back to the previous advantage of the knock-on.
Number 20. Vishwa. And that goal. Just the goal.
Scrum in favor of Colombo.
Avishka will look to feed in the scrum.
Here's the first play where the substitutes come off. Comes in. Wheeling the scrum is the call from the referee. Bashana once again will be putting it into touch. And once again the forward pack will be looking to extend the score and finish this game off with a flourish here.
Well, Colombo would be happy to finish it off with a try with that 40-point mark, which will look beautiful to the scoreline as well. The Colombo forwards will be licking their fingers.
It will give them a lot of confidence going into that semi-final against the University of Peradeniya also. Here's Radina with a good collection. And look at that pack. Abdul Hadi going forward ever so strongly. Just a few inches away, and that's the try. And that feels like the final nail in the coffin for the Uva Wellassa University.
By the looks of it, I think it's Supun Seniratna, the replacement, who scored that try.
That's exactly the sort of impact the coach will be looking from the replacements as well, getting involved in the run of play as much as possible. 41 points now to just that drop goal scored by Uva Wellassa University.
Well, I think that's the only drop goal scored this inter-championship university tournament. Well, Bashana would look to add the extras. Well, struck well. And it's through. Bashana with the corner flag conversion. He's been doing well with the corner flag once. And here's a replay of that try.
Once again, dominance shown by the Colombo pack, making sure they notch one for themselves, another one for themselves. And we'll be having the last couple of minutes of play here. Uva Wellassa still looking for that try. And I really do admire the fighting spirit that has been shown by Uva Wellassa. Previously, we saw a few universities just perhaps dropping their shoulders and almost giving up when victory didn't seem to be in sight. But Uva still going on, still fighting, still looking for that first try. But Colombo just proving to be too good. They'll win that penalty for themselves and want to put it away as far down the ground as possible through Bashana's boot.
Well, the University of Colombo aren't done. They're here to play more. That's a brilliant touch finder by Bashana as well. Puts play into Uva Wellassa's 40-meter mark.
Well, you did speak about getting those angles right, Abdul Hadi, and this time Bashana seems to have nailed that one down. Just looked a bit off color in the first half, but he has come back quite strong with his boot. Here's the University of Colombo now, perhaps looking for one final strong finish, but crooked throw. And Uva Wellassa will go for the scrum.
Well, that's the call. Last move. Uva Wellassa will look to keep the ball and finish it strong. They'll have to get that try. They'll want to, or will they want to end the match? Free kick.
Well, they definitely look like they want to keep going. Here's the Uva Wellassa University now. Some crisp passes coming to the fore, working out for them. Here's the big man, Labutale. He's been going into contact a lot.
Well, that fly off of Uva Wellassa, Chetan, has been quite brilliant. He's been excellent with that passing, with the chips, and with that decision making as well. But unfortunately, has no support by him. Well, here's a big man again.
Advantage. Captain, advantage over here. Number 20. Repeat it. Become a tackle, not rolling away.
And it looks like the referee will be going into his pocket. Number 20. Yellow card.
Varosha Punchi Bandara in the location. Well, Uva Wellassa put in play in the 22-meter mark.
Colombo now down to 14 men. Is this when Uva Wellassa will finally strike?
Can they get a reward for how much they've fought in the second half? Or will Colombo upset them?
4-man line out. Unfortunate for them. And this looks like will be the end of the game. Unless Colombo will be looking for one final try, one final dominance once again, but not to be the case. Bashana puts it out, and that's the game. Complete dominance showcased by this University of Colombo team, and they'll be moving on to the semi-finals. Uva Wellassa, on the other hand, brilliant fight shown by them, brilliant spirit shown by them, but just not enough to counter this Colombo side.
Well, what a game we had here. First half dominance and second half pure entertainment. Well, full-time confirmation. University of Colombo 43 points to 3 against Uva Wellassa, and Colombo will head to the semi-finals against Papare University.
And if the stage is set for the semi-finals, it will be Colombo taking on Papare and the University of Kalaniya taking on the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. Yeah, the highlights from the game. Colombo, such a strong start. Almost feels like they put the game to bed with those first 2 tries inside 10 minutes itself. Bashana Vijayasinghe with his conversions off wide. First half, brilliant showcase of Colombo dominance. That was the drop goal, the first one and the only one of these quarterfinals so far, and the only bit of light that Uva Wellassa saw throughout this game.
Well, here's the key stats for the game. Colombo University 43 points and Uva Wellassa 3. Colombo scoring 7 tries with 4 conversions, while Uva Wellassa getting that only drop goal, and the only drop goal of the entire championship here. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Thank you for staying tuned, and thank you for watching the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. And that's us signing off, Abdul Hadi and Bilal Marikar. Thank you.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, the Papare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
ඉතින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකික ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ද Papare සමග.
Welcome back to the Papare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from the Papare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.